Welcome to Café y Chisme. I'm Myra and I'm here with
Ivan,
Franco,
and Vicky.
Brew your coffee and join us in today's Chisme.
Welcome back, listeners. In this episode, we're going to keep it lighthearted and talk about random things that have happened to us here at home and in other places. Have fun and enjoy the Chisme.
Walmart not returning the Easter eggs. like that's serious.
Very serious.
I can't believe I put that on my notes.
I want to hear about that. What happened?
The Easter egg stuff. So Myra was preparing for Easter, like we're gonna do something.
No, for Christian school, they had asked for Easter eggs,
Yeah.
so we had bought it, and then I reached out to the teacher because we were a little late on it, and she never responded back. And so it was literally 2 days after Easter. I'm like, I don't need 140 eggs. So we went to return them, and they wouldn't return a $15
It was out of season.
Easter egg thing.
Yeah, it was out of season. You're too late. You're 2 days too late.
But nowhere on their policy does it say that like holiday stuff is different. So we
It's
found out.
manager discretion.
Yep.
So the discretion was that they did not want to accept the eggs back, and that was annoying me. Like right off the bat.
Was
like,
it confetti eggs?
No,
it
not
was
even
just
eggs.
Like
I would have
those-
kept those.
Just the ones we still have them, right? We say go get them, so you can see it. But it's just
I kind of do want to say, we need to take a picture of these eggs.
I mean, you just
I'm posting.
open them, you
Yeah.
can put candy in them, whatever. But I was getting annoyed right off the bat because it did say it's manager discretion. But the discretion was
you
like
know
he was not
Yvonne.
wanting.
You know Yvonne and managers.
It's like, well, the guy he was younger too, so like he like I don't know. He was just like, oh, we can't accept these back. I was like, but it's a manager discretion. So what you're saying is you don't want to accept these eggs back. And it's funny. The whole conversation was hilarious because we're talking about
plastic
fucking eggs. Like we're plastic eggs. And to me, it didn't matter. But I know Myra was all about like returning these eggs. So
Yeah.
I was getting hyped up with her.
Yeah.
I hate
But-
being wasteful, okay? I'm just going to have 100 and something eggs.
But I was
sitting in
like,
the
I
house.
was saying all these trigger words, like, well, I need to talk to your manager so I can talk about returning these eggs. Because, like, we don't need them, and blah, blah, blah. Like, and he brought out his manager, right?
Nobody wanted to do it.
Nobody wanted to do it. And I'm like, hey, so it's managers. I kept repeating the same stuff. And I'm like, well, I'm going to call corporate. Like, you know, like,
gosh.
I went full Karen.
No, not Karen. Got him.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was like, so it's what you're saying is it's manager discretion, and you're the manager, and you don't want to get these eggs back, right? Because we don't need them. And
But they still had Easter stuff on
they
the
still
shelf.
had Easter stuff on the shelf, but I don't know, for whatever reason, he went to consult with someone else, and he came back. He was like, no, we can't take these back. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to call corporate on you. What's your name? What's your badge number? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, Alex, like, okay. And then I got on the phone. I got corporate on speaker, and I was calling them, and I'm like, hey, I'm at this location, and Alex, your manager here, won't return these eggs that we just bought like 2 days ago. And it wasn't that serious, but I'm like,
Oh, but you made it that
but
serious.
I made it serious.
It was the principal, okay?
Yeah, I was doing this really for Myra because I didn't really give a shit about the eggs.
Yeah.
To be honest, I could keep them and whatever.
But
Doesn't
He's
matter.
busy, but today he had the time.
Yeah.
She found my window where I could have a discussion with the manager at, was it Target?
No, Walmart.
Yo, this whole time.
Target would never.
Yeah, Target would never do that ever. But
Target sponsor us.
But yeah, no, I called corporate. It was on speaker, and I was just telling them, hey, well, this at this location. And then he started to say, well, it's manager's discretion. I was like, well, the discretion is like he doesn't want to return these eggs. So what are we going to do here? What are we going to do to resolve it? Like, you know, and I'm making this big fuss, and there's people like staring. I'm sure Myra's embarrassed. Like at this point.
No, she's there for the cheese, man.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm committed now.
I was like, I'll do whatever to get this refund, okay?
Yeah, what he said, right behind me.
That's my
Whatever.
man.
Yeah, return those eggs. But no, I mean, we ended up coming back with the eggs. So.
Yo, this whole time, I'm just playing in my head. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah, we still
had a
got those
great
eggs.
fall.
They're somewhere safely stored.
If anybody needs 140
We got those eggs.
eggs.
We might use them for next year.
Easter 2024.
The next 10 years, we got eggs. Okay?
We got eggs for years. So if you guys are planning on hosting Easter, we got eggs for you. We
DM
won't charge you
us.
guys anything.
We'll ship them out.
Yeah, that's just hilarious. I thought it was funny. I mean, I'm laughing at it because
Now.
I like it. Well, I got annoyed with the manager. I'm like, dude, it's fucking eggs. Like, come on, seriously. Like, it's $3 or whatever it was.
It was 15.
The eggs?
$15.
Man, we spent $15 on eggs. What the hell? I'm just now finding out about this. I don't know.
He thought it was $3.
It was $3.
5 times
We
more.
spent $15.
should've
I
told
love,
us.
I love your commitment for $3, Dave.
All right. Well, let's
It was
make
$3
sure.
the day y'all went to return them. That's what it was.
We need to find coupons for eggs or something.
No, it was that after Easter discount.
The after Easter on sale clearance.
Manager discount special.
Man, we got robbed. That's a robbery. Again, Target would never. They would never, ever do that.
Tarjay, never.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but that was just funny. I thought it was hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
What kind of stuff have you guys been into?
Yeah, so we recently returned some items to a vinyl shop.
Oh, don't get me started on
shit.
this vinyl shop. Oh my gosh.
And
We will not call them out, but
no, and we returned things to them before, and it was just this one time. Like, they don't have a return policy. They probably do now because of us.
you're welcome.
You got your pictures like on the window.
Probably.
He's
You're
banned.
welcome.
No, but so Vicky did her due diligence. She called ahead of time, asked
course.
what the return policy was.
I specifically asked.
Yeah, and the person on the other line said, as long as you got the receipt, we should be able to take it back.
And then I went ahead and just asked, okay, is there any like limit, like time frame? Nope. As long as you have a receipt. Are you sure? Nope. As long as you have the receipt. Okay. Well, shoot, I'm about to go return this right away.
2 years later.
No,
No, girl.
no, not
2
even.
years later, walking in there like all confident with the 2-year-old receipt.
Not like that, but it was probably like a month, and like one
No, it was
receipt
like-
was like a month, and then the other 2 receipts were like maybe 2 weeks.
It took me a minute because like the vinyl pieces are just like individual. Like I have to look at the different types of vinyl and figure out how much they cost because they have different prices, and then I have to like put them with the receipts that they go with because these receipts just have like numbers on them. They don't have items. They don't have descriptions and stuff.
Yeah.
It's very like it's
Nondescriptive,
complicated.
yeah.
So it took me a minute to like organize all that. I did them the favor. I didn't want them to have to be struggling to give me my return. But it took me a while to prep all that. But I would say like within the week, I showed up there with the first
Yeah.
return because I didn't have the other stuff ready. And then there was the guy that I had called was there. Easy peasy. Like the return was like what, $45 or
Sure,
so
yeah,
in
something
total.
like that.
I returned everything. And he took it, gave me my refund, gave it to me in cash even. And I was like, oh, you sure? I can put it on the card. He was like, no, here you go, cash. Okay. Walked out the door. Great. I better go get on those other 2 returns.
Right.
That's why I
Those other
forget.
returns.
You guys, like I go get the other 2 returns. And these returns, they were not like full returns. I just had like specific items I was returning on like, it was like, was it 2 receipts or 3
It was
receipts?
3 receipts, and you were only returning items that you had not used.
Correct.
Because we had bought a bunch of stuff that you were going to use, and at the end of the day,
I got a
we
little
didn't
excited.
use it.
Got a little excited and picked a lot of extra
Yeah,
stuff.
and that's fine because you didn't know what you were going to use and what you weren't. And so, you brought back everything intact, and when you bring it up to the front, the person who was on the other end of the phone was like, let me call this other person. So he called somebody else who kind of runs the entire shop.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay, yeah, I get it. We'll start the return, but then
they asked me, so what's wrong? I was like, nothing's wrong with it. I just didn't use it, and I don't want to waste it. I don't want to just have it sitting at home. Oh, okay. And so then the person number 2 started kind of like going through receipt by receipt, and I was like, oh, like I already separated it for you. Here's this receipt for this and this and this, and I even did the calculations. I totaled everything because their receipts are just so like, messy. I don't know, they're not very good. So I'm sitting here giving them to her, and she takes my pile, and it got disorganized, and I'm just like, okay, well, you just do it your way. Like I try to help. And so we sat there and we were just waiting. And I could tell she was getting frustrated. And then all of a sudden, person number 3 shows up. And tell me why pen ink starts showing up on the stuff. And person number 3 starts, saying out loud, oh, we can't take this stuff back. Look, it's got stains all over it. You guys brought it with stains. And that really irritated me because I was like, ma'am, I did not walk in here with these stains on any of this. And I was like, and look, she's holding a pen.
Fresh. And then
and I touched it. I was like, look, this is fresh. Like this just happened. I think it's from the pen that lady number 2 is holding. And like nobody was listening to me. Like as if I wasn't even there. And I just let her keep going back and forth. I could tell lady number 2 was just like, leave me alone. We're just going to let them get their return done. But lady number 3 was insistent on, no, we just can't do this. If you buy this stuff and you don't want it or like it, that's just too bad, too sad. Like, you're just going to have to just keep it.
She told you that?
Yeah. She was saying
like, listen.
But she was speaking in a different language. She was speaking, so we walked in there speaking English. She was speaking Spanish. I don't know if she thought we didn't speak Spanish, so I took it upon myself. I did take it upon myself. I was just like, ma'am, like in Spanish, like, look, we didn't do that. Like, we didn't put the stains on here, and you guys, I called and I was told I could return these items, and they immediately started questioning me. Well, who told you that? And I was like, person number 1, he was just up here and he went back there to get you. Like, he was the one. I called him. I even asked because your receipts don't have a policy. You guys have no policy in your store. And she's like, yes, we do. I was like, no, where is it? I called. There's a reason why, like, you guys answered me and you told me, like, this is the policy. And she's like, no, but you just can't do that. Like, it's not the way we run business. And I'm like, well, it would be helpful if you had a policy so that we could all follow it. Because then she started throwing out like days. Well, yeah, we do take returns, but like, you can't wait this long. And I was like, okay, well then make a policy, because it wouldn't be fair. Like, if you're just throwing out a number for me, like you could be telling, the next person that walks in the door a different day, and that's not fair. So it was a very much like back and forth. And finally, like, lady number 2 shoot away lady number 3, and she was just like, can you go to the back and do this for me? And that's when we realized, okay, she understands, like, this lady's just being like, she was just like blaming us for everything. And I'm just like, I got to the point where I was feeling really bad. But then I was like, no, suck it up, Vicky. Like, we've come this far. Now I'm not walking out of here unless I get my refund, because they already made it like they had already said they were going to refund me, and now to like have some random third person walk up and be like, no, we're not going to refund, like, not having it. And then Franco gets a call, saved by the bell. He's just over there off to the side, but like, I know he's like stressing a little bit for me, because I'm just sitting here like, okay, this is taking a long. It just felt like the longest time waiting. And then the calculations come out and it's off. Like, it doesn't match them. I'm just like, look, here's my calculations. Like, I had to make sure, like, okay, like, you forgot this, you forgot these items over here. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Let me go add that and everything. Like, lady number 2 was like nice about it. And it wasn't until the very end where she just said, this is a one-time only thing I'm going to be doing for you. And I was like, okay, great. Like, I appreciate it. Like, this is what you guys told me. Like,
hope you make a policy.
I really, and I told her, I was like, I highly suggest you make a policy and that you post it somewhere and like, make it clear so that everybody knows, because you guys do returns. And I think it's just like very confusing process and like mixed communication here. And she's like, oh no, yeah, we're definitely going to have a policy now.
Yep. Thanks to you.
She's in the back like, Typing up.
Say cheese.
Oh my gosh! But I walked out of there with all my. It was a lot of money, you guys. It was like a good $100 and like
Oh, yeah.
It was 100 plus, yeah,
140-ish
yeah.
dollars.
Oh, I'd be going hard. If I went hard on eggs, like I'd be
On $15
$15 eggs.
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
we're talking about $100.
Yeah.
Shoot,
Man.
I'd get a lawyer.
And honestly, like I would have just like kept the stuff, and it would have been my loss if like the policy was you only have. They ended up telling me when I walked out, they were like, "Yeah, the policy's gonna be 7 days," and I was like, "Dang, like okay,
They
whatever."
already they decided the
They
policy.
decided the number 7 for whatever
All right.
reason. But I was just thinking, like, you know, if that was the policy before, I would have followed. I'd be like, that's too bad for me. Like, I missed the policy, just like I do with any other receipt. But have your policies in place before you run business.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember that time we went to, we bought the PlayStation 5, and then, like, not too long after that,
yeah.
we went to Target, and it was like $50 less. And I was
yeah,
like,
I
what
don't-
the heck?
Yes.
And then we went and checked on Best Buy, and it was like $50 less on Best Buy. And I was like, well, I still got the receipt. So we walked up there, and I was like, hey, I got the receipt where it was like, $50 more. I see here that it's, it's been less than 2 weeks. Can I get my $50 back? And they did.
They sure
Oh, that's
did.
cool.
Yeah.
Was that around COVID when
No, this was
they were
last
murdering
year.
people?
That wasn't too long ago.
Prices.
Like within the last year. Like
It was last year because we went to, where do we go? Because we went to what's that? El Mercado. What's that big mercado? I don't know. It's like that big mall.
but it wasn't that long ago. It definitely was like
the
after
Latin mall.
COVID.
The
Like,
The
Latino
Gran
mall.
Plaza?
Yeah, we went to La Gran Plaza, and then we went to La Gran Plaza during Black Friday, and then we went to the GameStop, and they're like, "Oh, you should get a PlayStation." This and that. We're like, "Nah, it's all right, whatever." But like not too long after that, we got a PlayStation, and then it was like $50 less after that, like less than 2 weeks after that. I
yeah.
was like, "Oh heck no, we're gonna go to Best Buy."
Yeah.
And they gave me the money back. That was cool.
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
A lot of places will, like Target will.
Yeah, price match, too.
I think Best Buy will too, but Walmart will not.
But Target,
manager's
Target
discretion.
Target comes
Target
through.
will, okay?
I mean, they come
They
through.
do.
Yeah, they got Starbucks in Target.
Oh my
do.
gosh.
And now they serve it to you on curbside? What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yes.
No
You can
way.
make your
That's awesome.
returns from your car, and
That's awesome.
also
You can order
a
your
Starbucks.
Target drink. So if you did your Starbucks drink. So if you didn't
That's
know
awesome.
that,
Oh, now you do.
That's awesome.
Now I do.
you're welcome.
Yeah.
Especially that Target that's
Get it.
close to us. That's a really nice like drive up. That's a really nice one.
Which one?
The one that they just built, the new one off Montgomery Plaza.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
That one's nice.
That one's nice.
Yeah.
But I like the one right here.
Speaking
in
of
Lake
that one, though,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
incident.
go. Yeah, talk about that.
It was a bag
it
robbery.
was at that one.
It was a bag robbery. I don't know. We're just walking inside.
Just minding your own
and
business,
Minding
like-
our own business, just enjoying the beautiful red and white colors on the exterior and those awesome, amazing red spheres that they have, in the entrance. Like
just
you're
a
walking
normal-
into a castle.
It was just a normal Tuesday,
It's always a normal Tuesday.
and we were walking in, and we see this guy like trying to come out of the indoors, and he hits the doors because they don't open from the inside. Like if you try
Idiot.
to go out through there,
Well, we had a Christian. Yeah,
Is that the first
seriously.
thing you thought? You were like,
We
idiot?
had Christian
he
and
just-
Mila.
Like, well, he just smacked into the thing, and we're like, that was weird. And we see him. We're still like kind of walking up when he does this, and we see him like turn around and try to go out, right? But then we start walking in, so the door is open. So he turns back around,
Yeah.
and like goes past us, almost taking out Mila.
Yeah, he almost took out Mila, and I was like I was about to have words with him, but he sprinted out. Like,
So we just looked at him
we're
like,
like, what the fuck was that all about? So he started running with a
the
basket with a bag.
There's the backpack in
And
there.
we're like, what the hell was that all about? So he ran out. I saw him turn into what was like a
Like where you drop off the
Yeah.
carts.
Okay.
where you drop off the carts.
He left the cart, but he didn't take the bag.
He didn't
off.
take
So
the
he was
bag.
good. He returned the cart.
He did. He put it back.
He at least returned the cart where it belonged, and he left the bag too.
And I
It was
got
a backpack,
worried.
right? It
The
was a
backpack,
backpack.
because I'm like, what's in that backpack? You know, that he left the
Yeah,
backpack.
Myra thought it was a bomb. So we're like, oh shit, like
Target's about to go down.
Yeah.
outside in the parking lot.
Scary.
And then this other family that was behind us, like they witnessed the whole thing outside, where he didn't take the bag, but he started sprinting
Like to the getaway
away
car.
to the getaway car.
Okay.
And then the girl who was robbed, she was like, "Yeah, that was my bag."
No, she went and got her backpack.
Yeah, she went to go get her backpack and came
Walked
back in.
inside the store.
And she was like, "Yeah, I had thousands of dollars of cosmetic or makeup, whatever."
In
we're
her
like-
bag?
in
She just
her
had like
bag.
a bunch of expensive makeup?
Yeah.
Wow, how much makeup was she
I don't
carrying?
know. That was
with her?
suspect to me too.
That's
I was
suspect.
like, I don't know if she had like a makeup bag in there and just had expensive. But I'm like, I don't know. That was kind of suspect to me. But
That's kind of.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. She was acting kind of weird too. But I didn't ask any questions because I was inside Target and I was looking to enjoy their clearance aisle.
But they said that they contacted the police and everything. But I don't know.
Dude, that Target is like
Yeah, it had
It's-
some issues lately. Like
it's
just
never a dull moment there because not too long before that.
Before,
Actually, we drove up there and they had police up there. the outdoors were like crashed.
Yeah, the
Oh,
glass, like it was
yeah.
all
Really?
broken.
Oh, wow.
It almost like gave you like the visual like idea that maybe like a whole car tried to like go in there
Yeah.
or something.
Oh my
Like it
God.
just seemed like too much damage for like just one human just like smacking a door. It's like it was like wide. Like
Isn't there like apartment complexes like right next door?
they're
though?
building a lot.
They're
There's
building
a
a
lot
lot.
of them.
Yeah.
There's a ton of them out there. But it's in a very high traffic area. I don't think,
Yeah, that's where all the
those
TCU
complexes
students go
are
and everything.
expensive. Like it's not,
Yeah,
cheap to be up there. But it's just a high traffic. Everybody loves that Target. So
Yeah.
it's a good one.
dang.
Yeah, but that happened. So that was interesting.
Target sponsor us.
Let's talk about when you buy large items
Yeah.
and you transport them home. You don't want to pay that delivery fee. So when we were driving,
What large
we
item?
witnessed a couch being taken home.
Oh yeah.
Only in Texas. I was trying to find the video, you guys.
Oh my
You can
God.
share, babe, while I see if I can find this hilarious video.
I don't quite recall, but
Oh, no, but we were just driving. It was late at night in Dallas, and we were like driving home, and like, we stop at a light, and like a truck just comes up next to us, and there's a guy driving the truck, and then behind the truck is a couch, but this couch is like the big, like the 3-seaters, like the full couch, and
It's
like
sticking out.
It's sticking out the back of the truck, like it's like. Yeah, it's like sticking out the tail of the back. And then the guy is sitting, like the second guy is sitting on the couch, holding it down with his hands.
Yeah, like he's gonna be able to stop it.
Yes.
right, yeah.
They have no like strings, nothing is tying down this couch. Like it's
Oh
just
my gosh.
the body weight that's holding it in. And I'm
The
like,
guy in his arm.
babe, look.
All
And
120 pounds.
And of course, yes, I take out my phone and I start recording. And the guy sees me recording. And I'm just like, look, can you believe this? And like the guy just like waved at us. And I was like, y'all be safe.
Y'all be safe. You be safe.
I told him, y'all be
What?
safe. Oh my gosh. I'll have
The
to
couch
see.
is about to fling you around, man.
I'm going to have to, if I find it, I'll definitely show it to you
Don't
guys.
drive
definitely
behind
wanna
us.
see it.
It's,
That's hilarious.
this guy was committed. I mean, he's,
Hey, look, when you got a couch for that price and you got a friend that'll sit on it to take it home,
That's
you do
commitment.
whatever you need to do.
it. You do it.
oh my gosh, this is so unsafe though.
It'd be like that sometimes, though.
I mean, at least he would have something cushiony
Some of
to
the-
land on.
Some of the best stories, though.
Yeah,
Those make some of the best
that's
stories.
true.
Like
Oh
the
my
debt we
gosh.
almost got into in Cancun
I
together.
know.
Oh, really?
Our first decision,
First
like,
decision as a married couple.
yep,
It's to get in debt. Hooray.
it was crazy.
What happened?
So you know how you go to a hotel and then they try to sell you stuff and you know all that stuff, and then
timeshare. It's a timeshare, but not really a timeshare.
Yeah, and it's like listen to our story for like 3 hours, and then you get something free or whatever.
Yeah, you get Cirque du Soleil tickets.
You get
Hey, we did the same recently.
Yes.
I'll have to tell
you
y'all in a
get
minute.
VIP. Like they bring you out in a taxi. They wine and dine you, give you like feed you breakfast.
So we did that, but they bussed us, right? Or they got us a taxi or a car.
Yeah,
I don't know, like an hour away, and they gave us food, and they gave us their little
their tour
and everything. And I mean, it was a good deal. I think it really was, but not as we just got married. We're just combining our finances,
paying all this stuff for the wedding.
Like, yes, like this is not a decision we needed to be making at that time.
Yeah.
So we did the whole thing, right? And we were like, we couldn't say no.
Well, it was just cool too, because like we saw like other dumb couples like us, like probably about like 10, 15, maybe 20 couples. Like it was like
bottles.
a desk. It was a desk and a representative, and you see the two couples right there.
Yeah.
They're all into the discussion, and all I keep hearing is pop bottles, like, and them like, yeah, like celebrating. And I'm like, this time I'm like, man, I want to pop bottles. Like, what are they doing? And like they were giving us the breakdown of all, which yes, it can be a really good deal. I think personally, I think it's a good deal. Like when you go in it as a group, like with other people, but I wouldn't personally like carry on that, like, and pay that on my own.
But they wear you out.
They wear you out. It's like
it's been a whole
day thing. Like they like telling you all the breakdowns, and until like you're just at a point, it's like, fuck, okay, like let's do this or whatever. And how much did we pay them? $1,000. Like
yeah,
up
you
front?
have to put like $1,000 up front. We did that.
Dang.
We signed our life away, and then we went home. They bussed us back home, whatever, back to our hotel. And then they were going to come back for us the next day again for, I don't know, like last minute
Yeah, but we had a conversation that night.
Yeah, but they were going to bus us next day for something, for breakfast.
For breakfast.
Free breakfast.
And free garrafon. Garrafon was on them, right?
I don't remember.
Or was that on us? I didn't book garrafon. I think that was on them.
No, we booked that, I think, when we got off the...
We did? Oh, yeah, another... out of the airport, yeah.
So we go back to the hotel, and I'm like, I want to do this. Like, I'm having, like, regrets.
Yeah, regret.
Like,
Instant regret.
That's when you know.
regret.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, okay, we're going to go in tomorrow with a plan. Like, no matter what, we don't want to do this. Like, we need to get out of it. Like, no matter what it takes, like, we need to get out of this. So we went in with the plan. I'm like, I don't care if they wear us out. I don't care if it's the whole day. Like,
we're out.
We're out. Like, I did not have a good feeling about it. So we go back. We eat breakfast.
We eat breakfast, though. We ate breakfast.
You paid for it.
We couldn't pay for it.
You needed that energy.
We couldn't go into that discussion with an empty stomach, so we let them get us breakfast.
You paid for that breakfast already, so
Yeah, we technically did. Yeah.
So we started talking to the guy, our rep or whatever, and
He was all excited to see us, though, because I guess he gets commission off of that. Or something
Not
like
for
that.
too long.
yes.
Yeah, but we went in there and we're like, look, like
we can't do this.
we can't do it. Like, he's like, what do we need to do? And he's like, I don't know. No one's ever backed out of the deal like this before.
And then he was like, let me talk to my manager. And then he'd come back and he'd be like, look, we're going to do it for less than $10,000. And now it's this and this. And I'm like, no, like, absolutely not. Like, he kept coming back with like lower numbers.
And more awesome amenities and perks. Like, and that's what I found out is for those of you that have the money and are interested, like, the thing to do is like do not like budge in right away. Like let it ride the course. Yes, it's going to be exhausting like till the end. You're going to be tired of shit, but like that's whenever they're going to be adding in like they gave us lifetime
like membership
access
or something
membership
like
to the suite resorts. like this villa. And I'm like, damn, that's pretty good. Like, but we still, like, we didn't have the money at that time. So we're like, no. So we're just hard no, regardless of what awesome things they were, like, throwing at us. And
because it was like monthly payments, right? But we still didn't know where we were going to be at. We just got married. Like, we don't know, like, our finances, anything at all. Yes. So finally, like, we wore him out. And he was like, okay, but... like, you're gonna lose out on the $1,000, and I was like, that's fine. $1,000 or $10,000, like, we're fine, okay. And he was like shocked, I guess, that we were like willing to lose the $1,000. So he talked to his manager again, and his manager said that they could give us back the $1,000.
Yeah, they're like, we'll give you y'all's money back.
So we got everything back. But
remember, they bust us an hour to go eat breakfast there.
So you had to figure out how to
so
get
we had
back.
to figure out our own stuff. Like,
yep,
that's how it goes.
So instead of like being responsible and like heading back right then and there, we're like, well, we're already here. Let's go tour the island.
Let's go spend $1,000.
Let's go spend it. We got money.
Yeah.
No,
so we rented a golf cart and we drove around the whole island and enjoyed our day.
We enjoyed it.
But then it was time to get back to our hotel. And we did end up having to spend $100 on a taxi.
But that was sketchy, though. Taxis are sketchy there because you never know. Like, you know, people are touring around and they can. So that was scary. But luckily, we didn't get kidnapped or held for ransom or anything.
Yeah.
Ooh, like in New York.
Oh, like in New York, yeah, that's another story.
That's another
that's
story,
another one we'll tell later. But
tell me about that. I want to hear about being held ransom. But no, like that
You
whole.
want to tell our story? We have the same story.
Oh, that's
Deja
so
vu.
weird. Yeah. Dude, literally, we went to what was it? 2 weeks ago, we went to
did y'all
Vegas.
get breakfast at least?
We got a turkey sandwich, bro.
No, it's funny because we're on a we're like health and fitness journey. And it was like those little styrofoam boxes, and it was like a turkey sandwich, chips, and cookies.
That's fucked up.
Franco and I are both like, we can't have the chips and the cookies. And then like the guy is just standing there staring at us like, that's all you're gonna eat? And we're like, this is all the only healthy thing we can eat here. Like,
yeah.
So we didn't get a lot of sustenance to start this journey, and we knew what we were doing. But our idea was when we arrived in Vegas. We knew we wanted to go to, what's it called?
Check in first. We wanted to take a nap.
Chicken?
We wanted.
They got us at the door.
I thought you said chicken.
Bro, no, not chicken. Check in.
Check in. They got us at the door.
Bro, I didn't get a chance to check in before these people like got me. But in hindsight, I think we won.
We did.
It was worth the 3 hours.
Went out. So like they got us tickets to
Cirque du
Soleil, which we were looking at them. It was like $68 a piece on the low end, like
that's
basic,
awesome.
Not great seats. Yeah. And they got both. They got us both tickets
for $50.
Good seats, great show. Go see it. And then we got a $25 gift card.
We got a $25 gift card, an American Express gift card, and then we got $25 refund. So really, we didn't pay anything.
And the hotel stays.
Oh, and we got like.
Was it 3 or 2 nights?
3 days and 2 nights.
3 days and 2 nights hotel stay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
for $50.
We had to pay for Uber there, and they were going to reimburse us. That was a different one, so they also reimbursed us for the Uber for the ride there, not the ride back. They don't care how you get back. Yeah. But it wasn't that far for us. Like, I think like what?
10 minutes.
Yeah, it was super close. So we get there. Same spiel, like all couples, and they do Target. We asked later because like the lady though, like at Vegas was like, she was cool. She was like, look, just go to this thing so you can get these tickets. Because we told her like we're celebrating our anniversary. She was like, look, just go to this thing. Don't need to sign up for anything. Like they're gonna try to get you to stay there for 2 hours, 3 hours. Just say like you have somewhere you have to be, and cut it to 2 hours.
You have a show you gotta go to.
Yeah, she's like, just tell just like she was like, give it a wink, like just do this, do that, and we were like, okay. And she's like, and if you like it, go for it, man. If you don't like it,
we had a good time with the rep. We chilled with the rep.
She was chill. She was the one that was able to pick, like, they decide what you're going to get, like the freebies, if you get offered that. Because you can get that before you even go up there. It's nice. You get these freebies if you sit through the whole talk. Automatically. Like, so you have to sit through the talk. That's why we were like, okay, we're willing to invest 2 to 3 hours. Is it worth it to get these tickets? Heck yeah. Like, these tickets were like $68 each already just in those tickets. We won. But so she picked, and she was like, well, since it's your anniversary, I'm gonna pick. They get to pick up front, and then that gets sent over to the people when you get there, and they have to they have to get you the tickets that wherever you were to seat, and if they had to get us like the hotel stay and all that kind of stuff, the gift card, you get that at the end. But it's weird because it's like it feels like you go through this like long maze that never ends.
Yes.
And
Yeah, but it was cool. It was cool because they explained to you, they're like, we've been in business for this long. This is the resort you
they
get
had a whole
into.
building. They had tons of them. Like,
and they were like, it was like, typically it's like this much money. It's like 44,000, 48,000, whatever it is. But because we're doing a special, it's like 10,000. And then,
Oh my God.
and then we're like, yeah, but we can't afford that. Like, you're expecting me to drop like 1K right now. Like, this wasn't in our budget. And then he's like, okay, well, hold on, let me go get somebody else. Then another rep comes and they're like, look, we're going to do this. You only have to pay the deed, which is like $300. And then I'll give you my special because I've been with the company for like, 2 decades or whatever.
I mean, they got it down low.
And we're like, but look, it's still not in the budget. And they're like, okay. And then they move us to somebody from corporate who was like, I know you were looking at this one that was like 10K, but I'm going to give you this one that's for like 5K. That's like from this 92-year-old man who doesn't have anybody to leave it to. And
he doesn't have any kids. He can't.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're stuck with it like contractually for life. Like you can't get like, that's why they target couples. That's why they target couples whenever they're walking in the door, specifically young couples like our age, because longevity, and you're probably going to have kids, and they can kind of keep rolling in the money, right? Like that's what they do. But no, we like that guy, like they all tried really hard. I know like the first guy, the guy that put in the most time with us, I could tell he was so nice, but he was so frustrated when he realized, because he asked me, he goes, so is there, because they ask you, is there anything that would prevent you from making a decision? Vicky's answer, I never make a decision the first day.
Yeah,
I always sleep on it.
That's the other thing. They were like, you got to make a decision today. And we're like, what the heck? Like, no, I don't make decisions like the day of. We have to, we talk about it, we think about it, and then we decide if we can afford it or not.
Give him some personal finance 101s. It's like, no. It's like it would be irresponsible of me to just sign on like this. Like you wouldn't do that for yourself. Like you can't tell me you would do that. Right. And the guy was just kind of like, I'm supposed to say I would, but no, I wouldn't. I agree with you. He agreed with me.
Yeah.
And
every time his like supervisor would walk away, he'd be like, yeah.
He would change his tune. He would tell us one thing, and then he would totally like
his supervisor, impressive.
And like you could tell she was like, this lady was the one that like made the deals whenever like the first people can't do it. But she was good, and I was just like, what did she tell? What was her line? Like I think her biggest line. It's a no-brainer. Those were some of the things she said. This is a no-brainer. Like
for people that don't have brains. It's like, I do.
That's a good one. I mean, she threw out some good lines, and just had a very like strong presence. But I was just like I said to him, I'm sure he told you, I never make decisions on the same day. We're not those types of people, and we budget everything. We're zero budget people. We budget every penny to the penny, and that is not in the budget. She was so frustrated with me. I'm sure she was just like, I cannot stand. I cannot. Yeah. So then we went to the corporate guy.
The corporate guy, he was cool, and
so he's like, I'm gonna give you my personal cell phone. Just writes it down.
And we're like, cool, bro.
And then he was like, I know you guys don't like to make decisions the day of, and we never do this. So this stays between us. I'm going to give you 20. But before that, he asked us, like, how many kids are you going to have? Like, he just went through this whole thing.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm going to give you 24 hours so you can have your day to think about it. And then I want you to call me. But when you call me, you have to be ready to commit and be heading up here. And just know this is the best deal you're going to. I mean, oh my gosh.
No.
Don't call me, I'll call you.
Yeah.
Where's his number? I'm sure we have his number.
I
We should call him and be like,
let's call him. Is he busy right now?
Like, I changed my mind.
He's in Vegas time. He's probably asleep.
They're committed. Our guy added Ivan on Facebook, and Ivan eventually deleted him.
He
That's
did.
too funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Add him back so he can hear you out.
We blocked him.
No, dude, they got that thing down.
It's interesting. So we were able to see
That's a stressful job.
We were able to see like the layout, like where they have like the corporate people. I don't even know if they're really corporate. I mean, they say they're corporate, but it's like you walked in through this door and you went through the maze in the same building and didn't realize you just like literally came out on the same side, but on the other side of a panel. And so I was kind of concerned at the end. I was like, when the corporate guy was just like being all serious, like, here, I'm going to give you 24 hours. I was like, man, they're probably not even going to like give us what they told us they're going to give us. And I was like getting annoyed at that point. And we were hangry. And you know how Franco gets when he's hangry. Like, he was so hangry.
Oh my God. You scared me, Mila. Babe, you scared me.
Mila.
Is she there?
She is.
You scared me.
Hey, hocus pocus.
Just hearing our conversation.
How long were you there?
I'm just listening to the Chisme.
So Mila, the moral of the story is don't sign up for timeshares.
Oh my gosh. No, okay, so then when we checked out though, it's like completely different people. They like don't work with like the people that are like trying to get you to do the timeshare. They are like the third party that makes sure that you get what you were promised.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So then when I saw that, I was like, whew, okay, we're getting what we were told we were going to get. And like, we weren't the only ones that made it out. Like there were other couples that survived. They made it
It's
through.
kind of like a quality audit type
Yeah. Like,
I think
of
so.
position towards like, okay, they had their conversation. Now they get like,
yeah.
what
They
they're
definitely
promised.
don't want to like jippy, like upset
Yeah.
you or anything. Like they really seem to like care. Like, cause it's very like, I think it's Vegas too. It's a like hospitality business there. Like they don't want to upset anybody.
Yeah.
And we did, like we saw, like they gave us all of our stuff right then and there.
That's awesome.
And we got to see a great show.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed every minute. Well, we fed Franco first. Like we went straight
Yeah.
back, got food.
What'd you eat, Franco?
We had this like
I don't remember.
pseudo Mexican food.
Pseudo Mexican.
We had a salad.
It was like a
It
bowl.
was like a fajita salad bowl.
Yeah.
It was not fulfilling at all.
It was the quickest thing we could find. It was hard to find healthy food.
It was hard to find
Yeah,
healthy
for
food
sure.
like
It really was.
in Vegas, but we ended up finding we had that, the salad, and then we ended up having like some chicken wings before the show.
yeah.
I was like, yeah,
Did y'all check out any of the other like? I know y'all were at the Venetian. Was it Buddy V's
no, we didn't. We were
restaurant?
not at the Venetian.
Oh, y'all were?
No,
I thought
we,
y'all were.
we were in Excalibur. We stayed in
Oh,
a castle,
Excalibur?
bro.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we stayed in a castle
With the knights and
Yeah.
shining armor.
Yeah, that's right. No, but it was good. We ended up actually like leaving outside of the strip
Like the
area,
main
going a little
area.
bit north, like towards downtown Las Vegas, and we found a couple cool
Like really good
places.
food, yeah.
Yeah, our Uber that morning is an artist.
Yeah, he was an artist.
He's been
And
painting for like decades. He has
wow.
exhibitions out in Virginia. And then he dropped us off, gave us a little gift because we had a good conversation with him. So always be nice to your Uber people because
Yeah,
you never know
never
who you're
know.
going to meet. And then we ended up eating at this like semi-healthy place. We had vegan empanadas with
oh yeah,
like,
those were good.
yeah, it was good. It was called Makers and Finders, I think.
Yep,
It was good.
it's really good.
Check them out if you're in Vegas. But
What other
yeah,
crazy things have we?
timeshares.
Yeah, timeshares. Those are
Man, let us
training.
know. Have you? Let us know, those of you that have been in this situation. You're walking in, you get stopped, and before you know it, 3 hours later,
You're like, what the heck am I doing here?
Look, as long as the deal is sweet and you can be strong enough to say no at the end, do
yeah.
it.
Oh, and pro tip, like had we known a little bit more, like you can negotiate more up front to get those freebies for getting through the conversation. Like be like, oh, I don't know. I just don't feel like I really want to do it. If I had more time, or like just be like really extra about it. You might get more add-ons, or like say you're celebrating something.
Yeah, we're
People
so-
love when you're celebrating. They just want to like
They
gift
do
you
grab
more.
your IDs though, so do not lie about it being your birthday. But
Yeah,
you can say,
don't.
"Hey, I'm
Yeah.
celebrating an early
Oh, yeah.
birthday." If it's
Yeah,
like during
say
that
like
week,
I'm here for my birthday. Yeah.
yeah. I didn't get to celebrate it. I'm celebrating it 6 months later.
Okay. Oh, then the funny thing is, like, after that, throughout the hotel, every time we would, like, because we were going in and out and, you know, out and about, every time we walked through one of the main entrances, we'd get stopped again. And I'm just
Oh, my
like, dang, it's because
gosh.
we're holding hands. And then be like different people at different times of the day, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, they're
Oh,
there
yeah.
24/7. Like, they've got someone, like, standing there at all times. But
I
So-
hope they get paid good because
are you guys interested in a show? We already got tickets. We're already going to a show.
Yeah.
That was my answer at the end of that. I
Or
was
don't
like,
hold hands, but I don't know that.
No. We would still hold hands.
No,
but
we
they would
did,
be
but I'm
like,
just giving tips, like,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you're
And
trying
they
to
would-
avoid it.
oh, just tell them you already
Bypass.
you got a show you're going to. But you're coming into the hotel. Yeah, I got a show in an hour.
Yep,
Just tell them you got a show.
it works.
They're not gonna say no. They don't.
Yeah.
You want
good
you want
stuff.
to see another show? No, I'm good. I already got plans. Thanks.
I'm going to it right now. I'm
Yeah.
running late.
Yeah, pro tips. I guess, and it's not necessarily being rude. It's just
Yeah, you don't want to get into a whole nother conversation. Like,
Yeah,
it'll,
it's
it'll
like-
take a minute.
yeah.
Yeah.
But if you want free, not necessarily free tickets, cheaper tickets, and a 3-day, 2-night stay,
It was worth it.
worth every
That
minute.
sounds like
It was worth it. Yeah, it was worth
for
it.
what y'all got.
Well, and then like the guy that gave us the tour, like he told us a lot about Vegas, and like he did show us like a lot of stuff. So it's not like we just happened to be in a place that it was like, for me, it was my first time, so everything was new for me. It was great. It was like think of it as like was it free tour guide?
Yeah.
That's really what it was. It was
Yeah,
like a free
that's
tour
awesome.
guide. So worked out. What else? Some other crazy things.
You want to talk about New York?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Tell me about that.
happened?
Tell me
Got
about you
into
getting
the-
kidnapped.
Into the what do you call it? Van.
Uber.
It was an Uber.
Yeah, we used it. So I took her on this amazing anniversary date.
Boat ride.
It was a boat ride, and it'll take you through the Hudson, all
Okay.
3 bridges. It's called Labordo.
Can't remember.
Yeah, but this boat was awesome. It's a restaurant, and then the deck you can see like they go around the Statue of Liberty. It's kind of like nightlife and all this stuff, and it's pretty cool.
So you get out late.
Yeah, so you get out super late. So once that ended, like unless you Uber, like there's
But we
not,
had to
like-
get an Uber,
Yeah, we had to get an Uber back to where did we stay?
like in Times Square.
Times Square. But do you remember?
I don't remember
forgot
the hotel name, but right on Times
Yeah.
Square.
Well, we called an Uber, and right off the bat, like that.
No, it took forever. Like it took
Yeah.
forever to get there.
we
and
were the
then-
last ones.
And then when it
waiting for
finally
an
got
Uber.
there, it canceled it. Like it was right there and it canceled
They
it. Like it took
canceled
a
it.
while to find us, and then like he saw us and he canceled it. So we had to get another one,
Dang.
and it turned out to be like this, like Nissan
It was weird.
black van, like
Like-
box looking
Like
van
I've never
with
seen
small
this
windows.
type of car. Like it's literally like one of those airplane windows, but like on the sliding door
Oh my
part of
gosh.
it. And as soon as you get in, it locks. And I'm like,
No,
yeah, it locked. As
No, it
soon as
didn't.
we
Close to it.
closed it.
no. So like we got in and everything matched. Like the license plate matched and everything. So we got in and like we're going down the street and Ivan's following it on the Uber GPS, and like he keeps missing. Like he's getting like too far away from, and there's places you can turn to get us like
He
closer
could
to our
have turned
hotel.
on there easily, and
Yeah.
he missed like 7 exits, like to get to where we're supposed to go.
Oh my
And
gosh.
that's where I was starting to like
Freak out.
kind of freak out
Yeah.
because then we
Because we stopped at
stopped
the
at a
stoplight,
stoplight.
and that's when he locked the doors.
He locked the doors there.
And we had already been going a while, so we were like, well, don't you think he would have
Well-
locked them as soon as we got in? And why is he
Yeah.
locking them just now?
Well, there was another driver that pulled up next to him, and they started like signing, like doing special signs with their hands. And I'm like, what the? I told him right there and then, I was like, we need to get the fuck out. Like, we need to get out. So
How did y'all get out? I need to know.
I told him like
I
straight
told him
out.
straight up, like I was like, we need to get out of the car right
Let us
now.
out here.
Like, let us out. And then, like, I think he got freaked out or whatever. So, like, he unlocked and we got out right away. But then the driver that he was signing to stayed behind and was following us, like, in that dark alleyway
Like we went
or
down,
whatever
like, a street?
It was a street, but it was dark.
It was dark. Like right where we got off, there was a bar, and we thought about going in there, but we just darted. Like we just went down the street, kept walking, and then like this van pulled up in front, like next to us, and the guy just got off like slowly and just stared at us. And so it seemed like you see in the movies where it's like you're looking at each other in like slow motion. That's how it felt. And like we just kept going, and at the next street was a cop and another bar. So we talked to that cop, and then he told us how he's like, go down this street. There's a bunch of people going that way towards Times Square, where y'all are staying at, and you should be fine. Like, because there's so many people walking through there. So we went down that street to our hotel.
Dang.
Yeah, it was crazy. But it's also crazy how on the hotels it says on there, like, it talks about like
trafficking,
being careful, like about human trafficking if you see something or whatever, blah blah blah. Like we're like, yeah, like that was scary. Because I was like, dang, we're about to get kidnapped.
I'd rather get stopped by the timeshare people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
hands down.
Man,
That is scary. Did
Yeah.
you guys like share your location or anything with anyone?
No.
Like,
No, but we ended up contacting Uber, and like nothing came of it. And even the cop, like everybody we told was just kind of like acting confused or whatever. Like, like it was no big deal. But it's crazy because like he literally went like way past
he missed
what he needed to
and
go.
it was also on his screen too, like you know, whenever you get on the Uber, they have their routes and their phone is there, and
And it
tells
already has
you
a price. Like it's not like the more he goes, the more Uber was gonna be. That was already.
And also too, like I didn't understand. I was trying to like really think. I'm like, why is he missing all these exits? Oh, does he know a shortcut? But there was no shortcut. You just turn right into those streets, and it'll take us directly to Times Square. But he kept missing them and kept going straight and straight, and missed 7 exits. That's whenever I was like, oh, that's so weird. Like we need to get off.
And the hand signals too.
And the hand signals there were so many red flags. Like the
locking the
guy
door.
driving, the van he was driving. Oh, because it also said it wasn't just Uber. It said Lyft on it. And we're like, why does it say Lyft? But it's an Uber. Yeah. So I was confused. So I didn't even know if it was him to begin with.
I do know some people do Lyft and Uber, and they can like toggle between.
Do
the
they
two.
have both their lights on?
No, they'll have both of them in the car. I've seen some like I'll get an Uber and it's like they have the Lyft and the Uber, but they'll only have like if I'm driving Uber, like they have the Uber on, not the Lyft on. But like I think people do it because like sometimes Uber can be slow or Lyft is slow, so they they're trying to make an income, but.
Yeah.
That is normal. I think like now the Uber's gotten a lot better. Like you can share your location with someone that's not even around, and they can like track while you're moving around while you're in the car, like a distant friend or relative. So there's that feature, but I think I'm glad you guys got out of there.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was scary.
Like even if it's nothing, not worth it.
Yeah, and also make sure to pay attention. Like
Your
it doesn't
intuition.
matter if it's New York. I mean,
GPS.
New York just happens to be a lot of human trafficking, but pay attention to red flags, man, like really quickly.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time on the next episode.
If you would like to get in touch with the Café y Chisme crew and have them talk about topics you're interested in, reach out via email to cafeychismedfw@gmail.com or DM us on Instagram at cafeychismedfw. Links in the description. Thanks for tuning in.